Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Tiffany and I upload a new homemaking video every Sunday. Today I would like to dive into something that has been kind of nagging at me for the past couple weeks. I've had a few nights where I had a hard time sleeping, but fortunately I have built up a toolkit of 10 things that I like to try if I am having a hard time sleeping, and I thought this would be a valuable thing to pass on to the people who watch my channel. It's been a year full of a lot of anxiety, and I'm sure many of us have lost sleep over just the unknown nature of the world we're living in. So I'm gonna dive right into these, and hopefully one or two of them will work for you if you have a sleepless night anytime in the near future. The first tip I have for you is get your temperature right. You want to be a comfortable temperature in order to fall asleep. So what I always do is take a hot bath because I'm always cold. There are like 2 weeks in the summer where I will take a cooler shower to get my body temperature low enough to where I feel comfortable enough to fall asleep. But both of those work. If you're too hot, take a cool shower. And if you're too cold, I recommend getting in a hot bath for sure, especially with Epsom salts because the magnesium will relax your muscles and help you fall asleep. My second tip is not to look at the clock. Don't look at the clock. Once your alarm is set for the next day, stop looking at it, because if the clock starts to tick and a lot of time starts going by, you're gonna get stressed out about how much sleep you're not getting, and you're gonna not be able to sleep even more. It's gonna make everything worse. So stop looking at the time. And an extra benefit to that is the next day, you're not gonna know whether you got enough sleep or not. So you don't know how tired to think you are. And it actually ends up working out in your favor sometimes. So that's just something to try. It's something that works for me. So I definitely recommend giving it a try at least once. My third tip is to try a couple of postures. What I like to do, I learned this from my Pilates teacher, who is incredible, Robin Powell Pilates, if you don't know who she is. But it's to lay on your belly, and you can lay with your legs a little pigeon-toed, but I lay on my belly for a few minutes, and what it does is it puts pressure on my stomach and helps me breathe deeper into my abdomen, and I always get relaxed enough to fall asleep. This is so handy if you are an anxious person, if you're having some kind of anxiety or having a hard time breathing deep. This is so helpful. Also, another tip is to practice putting your legs up the wall, or somehow elevate your legs above you, so that all the blood will drain back into your head and away from your limbs and hopefully help you fall asleep. I'm not sure exactly what the science is behind it, but I know it does calm your nervous system down so that you can rest. My next tip is to use a foam roller. They are amazing. And if you have tension in your body, it will help you relax so you can fall asleep. Definitely recommend. I'll show you a little clip of me using it here, but you will want to get someone to show you how to use it if you get one and you don't already know. My next tip is more on the psychological side, and that is to do a brain dump. What I like to do is light a candle and write in my journal. And I just write all of the circling thoughts that are going through my head. I try to catch all the words. Don't worry about punctuation. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about anyone reading it. Just dump it all out. And if you need to tear it up and throw it away, that's fine. But definitely get all of your thoughts and feelings out on the paper, and you will eventually feel your body put down the tailspin and let you fall asleep. Number 6, and this is for people who are anticipating a challenging or a busy day the next day. Lay in bed and visualize exactly how you want the day to go the next day. How early are you gonna wake up? Are you gonna be early? What time do you wanna leave your house? What do you need to have packed? And just make sure that you know all the steps you need to take to make that day work out as well as it possibly can. My next tip is number 7, and that is to do the chore that's nagging at you. For me, that is always go clean the kitchen. If I leave the kitchen a mess, I do not fall asleep very easily because I am dreading waking up to a mess. I still do fall asleep with a messy kitchen a lot of times, but there are nights where I just don't want that, and I want a better morning the next morning. So what I'll do in that case is get up and just clean the kitchen. get it over with, and then I can fall asleep a lot easier. Number 8 is to think through the problem or the situation that's keeping you awake as thoroughly as possible and identify and pinpoint the problems the best you can, and ask your brain for the best answer and instruct it to work on the problem for you while you're asleep. I asked my brain to do this when I was thinking about changing creative endeavors, and it really worked well. I had to wait for about 3 months, but every night when I went to sleep, I asked my brain to work on the problem. I assessed where I was in terms of finding a solution, and I asked my brain to deliver an answer when it was ready. And after about 3 months, it did, but it did help me sleep at night leading up to when I got my answer. So if you're sitting in a tumultuous space, that's a very helpful thing to do. My 9th tip is to read something you're not very interested in. So that book that you haven't opened up for a while because it didn't grab your attention, open that book and read it, and you'll fall asleep so fast. And I've tried that on multiple occasions, and it will definitely put you to snooze town. My last tip, and this is a last resort, this is if I am really stressed out. And I will put on a movie that I have seen 1,000 times that is relaxing. For me, it's always the same movie. I always put on The Secret Garden, the Warner Brothers from the mid-90s, and it always puts me to sleep, you guys. So if you have a movie that will always soothe you somehow, put that on and hopefully it will help you fall asleep. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that 1 or 2 at least of these tips helps you out. They have certainly helped me in my life, and getting sleep is a big deal for me. It is a really big indicator of how well my day goes the next day, and making sure that I get enough is important, especially nowadays when everything is so upside down and backwards. So give this video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more homemaking videos, and I will see you next Sunday, friends. Bye!